Pixel Pro here. So this right here is the new Pixel 6 Pro. So I waited for all the hype to die down. I waited for everybody comments. I waited for everybody reviews. I waited for what everybody had to say about this device. Because at the end of the day, you want a real review. You want someone that'll be honest with you. You spending $900 plus tax, almost $1,000. This is a flashy device right here. This is what we expected from Google for so long. This is what we've all been waiting for. This device here. So it's the best device that will compete with Apple, and it's finally here. So before we get into it, let me dive deep into the specs. So we released October 28, 2021, but we had so many rumors about it. Even Google, like, they leaked the product out before they can even sell it to us. So that's why our expectation is so high, because usually when you see a leak, you get excited. But from a leak from Google, that means that they're doing something to change, to have our hopes up. And let's see if they did it with this one. So the display is 6.7 inches, very big size. You can compare it to the Samsung 21, the Samsung S20 Ultra. Yeah, it's very comparable to that. So it's 3120 by 1440 pixel, 120 hertz. Let me repeat that, 120 hertz. It's a standard now that flagship device like this one should have 120 hertz. It's a standard. I mean, Apple did it, so if Google didn't have to do this, it would have been a problem, especially when you're paying $1,000 for this device. So the camera is said to be the best camera, but we shall see. Like they say. So 50 megapixel triple camera, and as you know, these cameras look different. Like, they look very different. You see that? But it's the same camera that was on the first Pixel. It's the same camera on the Pixel 5a, Pixel 4, Pixel 3. The camera never changed. So if you're expecting like a whole different kind of camera from this Google right here, this Google Pixel, you're gonna be disappointed. I'm telling you. But what this camera did do is, if you like the camera from Google, the previous generation, they just add their own processing software, and that's what Google is good at, and that's what they stick to, and that's why I feel like this camera is gonna be one of the best, because software, a great software, plus a good camera is what everybody wants. But anyway, they got the Tensor chip that everybody's excited for. One second, let me see. Something happened over there. Alright, sorry. So they got the Tensor chip that everybody's excited for. But I think it's just I don't think it's nothing yet, because Google is not like Apple, where, though this chip is supposed to give them the power so they can customize how they want the pixels to be, but I feel like it's still new, because you cannot just come out with something and it be so perfect and it just meet everybody's expectation. And I'm not gonna get excited about it, but I do think that this Tensor chip is going in the right direction. As you can see with the, I don't know if you guys watched the Google keynote, but you can see everything that the camera can do because of those chips. Everything that the phone itself can do because of the chip. And I feel like over time, you just gotta give it time. It's just like everything new. You just gotta give it time to get better. So this right here is 12 gig of RAM, 128 gig of storage. Well, this is standard version. It also go up to 512. But if you want to pay the big bucks for that one, yeah, you can get that. So the battery on this one is kind of disappointing. I thought they were gonna go to the 6,000 milliamp power, but it's 5,003. What an odd number! Like, just throw 6,000 in there, and like we're gonna call it, be way better. 5,003. Just make it a 5,000. What is the 3 gonna make a difference? But yeah, obviously got Android 12 because it's Google. Google support the operating system for all Android, so they're gonna come with that 12 on board. Okay, so we got the 12 on there, and that's basically it for the Pixel. So too much talking. We're gonna dive in, but just to let you know, the screen to body ratio is 88.83%. Well, it's 5G, obviously, and it supports wireless charging. If you guys are asked, I mean, if it's just a standard with 2021, 2022, it's a standard for you to have those features. So that's why I didn't want to really explain it. But some people might be out there wondering, like, it does have that wireless charging, everything that your iPhone can do, this can do it, and I think it can do better, in my opinion. But anyways, this is the Pixel. Still got the tag on it. Rip that shit up. Alright. Or you got USB Type-C to USB Type-C. Very nice. They didn't put the brick in there, but they got a 30-watt charger that is supposed to give you 50% in 30 minutes, which is pretty good, right? For a 30-watt charger that's gonna give you 50% in 15 minutes. It's pretty good in my opinion. It's 50% in 20 minutes. It's something like that, but it doesn't come included. It's a $50, $40 purchase. So, I'm gonna set up their phone, put my information in, and we're gonna be back. Alright, so we're back. It's turning on, my information, everything's in. Let's see this Google Pixel. Anime lover.
Bible says, whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
I don't know if you guys like anime like me. I'm an anime fanboy. That right there is One Piece. That's what I'm currently watching. I start going crazy. I recommend it if you're interested in anime as much as I am. So yeah. Well, I set it up. Customize it in the way I like it. I got some great apps on here. But what I want to talk about this phone is what Google have done. They have created, I feel like it's one of the best Pixel in my experience, and I feel like it's thanks to the new Tensor chip. They were able to customize the OS. Look at it, look cleaner now. And not to mention the background to the theme, like the background. I don't know what to call it. It's somewhere in the settings here, but wherever your background is, take the colors from there and they just customize the OS, the whole operating system, so it can look similar to that. As you can see right now, rocking the background. But look, when I open, well, it's on dark mode. Let me take it off that. So you just pull down the settings and go here. It's also on battery saving mode. I'm gonna take that off. yeah, you can see my background. My background right here is it's like a little splash of red and black everywhere in there. But then when you pull up, you can see that it take that red accent of the background and it just customize the whole OS. As you can see, like this right here is kind of pinkish. I promise you, it's not because the screen got burnt. You got some Androids have that the screen just get burnt, but this is not a screen burn. I promise you. This is pure because of the background that is customized in the whole OS to make it look different, to make it more appealing, make it more, to take it up a notch. As you can see, the keyboard right here, you got a little. It's supposed to be red, taking the little red out of my background and just splashing a little red all over the OS. If you go to settings, also you can see, or not settings, but if you pull down notification, you can see that feature all around in the OS. Like it just works. It's just so clean. You can see some of them are darker, some of them are lighter. It's just because Google is so smart. If I had notification, which I do, you can see the background of the notification tab is black. But if you can see that, you got, not to dive deep into notification, but yeah, you can see that it is white too. It's just customizing the whole notification. And I know it's look like white on the screen, but I promise you it's not white. You see right here, you have that little splash of red all over the OS. And right on this right here, I promise you it's not a white, it's not a pure white. It's like a little splash, like a very light splash of red, and it's very appealing to the whole OS. And this 120 hertz refresh rate, oh man, it's butter. It's butter. I came from the iPhone 12 Pro Max to get this phone, and I gotta say it's worth it because it's just as big. I mean, maybe a little bit, a tad bigger because of the curved display. You can see the curve over on the phone. Well, the only place that it's not curved is on the top, but over the sides, it got a curved display. So it just make the phone that slightly bigger. And I can't believe there's a 88.3 screen to body ratio. It looks so close. It looks so close to 100% to me. Like, I don't really have no problem with it. And even I thought the curve of the screen gonna really affect my experience with this phone, but I'm telling you, the curve I think is one of the best features on this phone because it just gives you more screen for what you're paying for. And that's what you want. You want a big phone. You want a flashy experience. You want the big dog right here. And this phone has a lot of options. And I heard people complain about the battery life and everything. They got so much customization to help you utilize it and for the phone to be a battery efficient. As you can see, I had at the start of the video, I had the power saving mode on, but then I turned it off to just because I want the phone to boost the experience. I want the phone to show really when you take it out of the box, when you power it on, you put in all the information, what do you see? And this is what you see. Pure, real, true Android experience that you're gonna love. And it's not because I'm a Pixel fanboy. I'm just out here to give these information. You go right here to battery, you can see the battery usage. I've been using this phone. I use this phone so much than I use my iPhone because my iPhone gets boring because there's not much to do. Over Android, you can download APK files, you can download tweet games, you can download so much that you cannot download on other devices. Like you can see when I go to usage, you see the app I was using for 4 hours and 7 minutes. You can see it's TTV. I'm gonna be making a whole new video about that and how to get free stuff on Pixel devices. This channel is everything Pixel Pro, so everything that Android can do better than Apple. And I'm not trying to criticize Apple because they do got great features. Like they don't adapt features because they want to give their consumers or they want to give us a feature pack experience. They adapt features that know it's gonna work, that is proven to work, and that's why there's so many features that Android have that Apple haven't really think about. Maybe they do think about it, but they haven't give it to you yet. Like when you turn the screen off on this phone, it automatically go into. You see that? Very nice, very clean, and Apple have never adapted this feature yet. Why would you not adapt something like this? It shows you the time. Maybe this one's kind of weak because like it's saving you so much battery, but I like it. It's just clean and simple. Like the Samsung one, you can customize, you can put photos, you can do whatever. But that's because the Samsung 21 Plus, S20 and 21 Plus, they have a big battery. This is 500 million power, so they gotta save, you gotta reserve that for you. But you can see it shows the time, the date, and everything. It shows you your notifications, so you're aware of that. And one thing I like about this one, it always, regardless of what you do, it always have the fingerprint sensor. It stays on. For the Samsung, on the other hand, it stays there and it goes. And I like how it's because you tap it, you're in. And people been complaining about this fingerprint scanner. That I said it's not fast. Well, let me tell you something. I'm gonna go right here. I'm going to about phone, and I'm gonna go right here. Android 12, and I got the January update, and let me tell you about this. Let me check for updates, but anyway, they said this phone been buggy. People said they have a bad experience on this phone, but let me tell you, this January 5th update it fixed by far a lot of the problems. By far a lot of problems. If you can see with this fingerprint scanner right here, you go here, boom. And it works 100% of the time. And people have been complaining about this is because they don't use this. They don't use the same sensor as Samsung. And that's because they use this sensor for safety. Because as you can see, it doesn't have a Face ID. That's the only method. Besides your passcode, that's the only method of logging into the phone. And I feel like people have to understand that. And that's what people don't understand. This is the only method of entering into your phone. And what you want fast instead of efficient, or what you want something that's efficient and will work 100% of the time, but also very secure. And I feel like if Apple 2 adopt these on-screen fingerprint scanner, they will do the same thing. They will use the light to shine. And not because Apple is all about safety. And when in Google Keynote, they said so much about safety. How they want to keep your private stuff private. And that is key to doing that. But I don't get how Google can do that because they're a software company and they want to gather as much data about you as possible. So they're gonna, in some way, somehow, they're gonna be infiltrating your private stuff. But this Android phone got so much feature pack. And stay with me on this channel. I'm gonna review everything. I'm gonna go into everything about this. But as for now, I pretty much went over every complaints that people have. The battery. Oh, I was gonna save you battery. All right, let's go right here. We go to battery usage. Battery. See right here, recommending when you turn this on right here. I went from 2 hours and something right now. And then right here, it got the battery share option, but then you got adaptive preference, and that's when the battery can adapt to what you're doing, and based on what you're doing, that's how much energy it's gonna use. And it's so great. This feature is so great, and I can charge this phone for a day. I can charge this phone and use it for a whole day. And usually I don't really have the battery saver on until I get to like 25% because I use my phone during the evening time so much than I use it any other time. But that's it for this video, guys. Please consider liking and subscribing. If you like the Pixel like I do, just stay on this channel. I promise you, this channel is only about Pixel. I might post stuff about iPhone and stuff, but this channel is only about Pixel. And I'm not going, because I like the Pixel phone and I use the Pixel phone, I'm not going to be talking good about it. I'm going to talk about the bad. I'm going to talk about all my experiences. But I'm just telling you, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to give you everything about this phone. Well, for me, my experience so far from day one, it's been great. It's been great, and especially with this 120 Hz refresh rate, one of the best screen on the Pixel. The Pixel 5a had an okay screen, but this screen right here, especially with 88.3 screen to body ratio, is very nice, and not to mention the camera on this phone too. Let's review the camera for a little bit. Let's see the camera on this one. Look at the camera on this one. Look at the camera on this phone. And I had to take some pictures on this phone. And this video is getting long. I'm gonna make a whole separate video about everything and all my experiences. This is the best Pixel phone out here right now. This is the best Pixel phone. And if you compare it to the iPhone, and I know plenty of people have done that, but let me tell you this. iPhones are meant to just work. They're customized to just work. That's just what it is. They just provide you an experience that will just work. They got some features on there. They got some great ones, but not many people use it. Not many people use it. And for average iPhone user, and this is why I see they said they have the fastest. They have the fastest hardware because the hardware is customizable with this chip inside. But this right here doesn't seem to be lacking to me. And this said it have the best OS. And I just think it's what you want, what's your preference, and what you like. But in my opinion, the only thing that is best about iPhone is the chip. Because that chip is not as powerful as this chip in here. But because they're able to customize it for the OS, and that's what make it so fast and so efficient, so good. And that's what you don't see. But I don't know, like I always be thinking about this. I don't know if you guys thinking about this too, but what if they put the Bahalic the Apple chips, but the iPhone 13 chip, or if you take that and put it in this one, how fast will it be? And in my opinion, it wouldn't be fast because Android is a power-consuming operating system, and that's what people don't understand. It's a power-consuming operating system, and that's what I want to talk about before I end this video. Because on this channel, I'm gonna go deep into everything, into the settings, features, everything that this Pixel offers. And when you go to the Samsung now, there's way more. But this is just Google with its plain Android, but it has so much feature, like even ones that you can't even find on the iPhone, and it's crazy. And that's what I've been thinking about. If you put one of those chips on the iPhone in here, how fast would it be? And in my opinion, my honest opinion, I think it will be slower, because especially when the battery life, because the battery life gonna be suck. It's gonna be a slower chip, so it wouldn't be sucking too much battery life. But if it's not customized for the phone, therefore it's gonna be sucking so much of the battery life, because Android is not battery efficient, no matter what anybody tell you. And that's why you see they have bigger batteries. They're not battery efficient. And I feel like this operating system, more especially, is so much power consuming. That any Apple chip would not be able to handle. And I want to see somebody make a video about that. I want to see somebody take iPhone chip and put it into an Android. Maybe it might not work, or maybe if it do work, let's see which one is better. And in my opinion, the Snapdragon chip is always gonna be better. If you take this Snapdragon, this is a Tensor chip, it's not. But if you take this Snapdragon and you put it into an iPhone, with proper customization and Apple technique and tactics, you will get better numbers. Like, you get super high numbers. And when you take the iPhone chip and put it in here, you'll get a substantially lower number, because this system is so power consuming. And that's what people don't understand. They think that iPhone is better. And some people might think because of the ecosystem. And maybe that's where Pixel phones are not going to be able to touch, or any Android phone is not going to be able to touch. But if you look at the Samsung and how far they come, you will see that they're building that ecosystem too. Like, I was one talking about the Galaxy Buds, because I bought that, and I have my Samsung Galaxy S20, right? And when I connect to it, I just have a way better experience, an enjoyable experience. And the music, the bass, the punch on the music is super nice. It's great, and I like it. But then when I connect it to the Pixel, it's substantially different. It's like, wow. So really, Samsung is building this ecosystem too, where they want to lock you down, they want to lock you down into their product, but they don't want you to use it with other product. And that's what Apple do. If you connect the Apple AirPods on here, you put the AirPod Pro, like if you connect the AirPod Pro on here, you cannot use noise cancellation. You cannot use ambient sound. Like, you cannot use the features that is baked into it. So therefore, you have to stay with the regular sound profile that comes with it, and it's not even that good when it's connected to an Android. And that's the same ecosystem that is trying to build here. But I think they're gonna figure it out, because if Samsung wanna move on and build that ecosystem, they cannot do that alone. They gotta partner with Google somewhere, somehow, because Google provide all of their services. As you can see, the Play Store, Google Maps, Photos, maybe not Photos because they got their own stuff, but YouTube, the enjoyable apps that many of use, and come by Google. And not to mention too, they provide an operating system that is on the Samsungs. But that's it for this video, guys. I'm gonna make a special video pointing out all the features and everything. But once again, this is Pixel Pro, everything Pixel Pro. Any information, you got a question, everything can be found on this channel. Leave a like and please consider to subscribe.